Hey guys, welcome along to Nige Reviews, and today something a little bit different. I'm going to be roasting coffee. Well, it's been an interesting week or so, what with the whole Andy Hunter thing. Yeah, we're going to try and push that to the side a little bit today and go back to the roots of the channel, at least my original intentions of the channel, and that's reviewing stuff and showing how-to videos and stuff like that. Nothing to do with all the politics and bollocks that go on in the watch world. Today I'm going to be roasting some green coffee beans. These are from Nige Reviews and they are blueberry candy. Going through the tasting notes at the supplier, I couldn't resist. The guy was telling me it had notes of blueberry pancakes. I thought that sounds pretty darn good. So these beans are green. We're going to turn them into brown beans. With this, my Behmor 1600 plus roaster, I'm going to roast 400 grams of beans today. So first thing we need to do is to turn on the scales. Then we need to open the bag of coffee beans. And I'll tell you what, oh, they smell good. So we're gonna measure out 400 grams. There we go, 400 grams of green coffee beans. I wish you could smell them. Have a look at that. So we've got 400 grams of coffee beans. What we do now is we open up this. As you can see, it's kind of like a toaster oven. It's got this inside, which catches basically the stuff that comes off, and then this is the bean holder. So we pour the beans into here. So we have to preheat the roaster for 1 minute and 45 seconds, no more. So we'll set that off. So you go P1 and 100 grams, it starts an 8.5 minute timer. You let that get down to 6 minutes 45, which we're just coming up to then. Then you have to open the door and really quickly bang all of this in. So we're just coming up to time now. That'll do it. We hit the off button, stick this in. It can be a little bit awkward. Put the catcher in. Now we're going to go 400 grams P1A and we hit start. So that gives us a timer of about 18 minutes. So basically now we have to wait. Now you can't leave it alone because one trap is there's a self-timer. It's a self-protection mechanism that stops it burning the coffee. And at about, I think 75% time, it'll actually start a 30-second countdown and the timer will start to flash. And if you don't press the start button whilst it's doing that, it will actually cut off. And it will cut off before it completes the roast. It goes into the cool down cycle and you're going to waste your beans. Sadness. So you've got to keep your eye on it. So they're starting to get a little bit browner now, and as you can see, they're swelling up. Now if you're doing this inside, you might want to be aware of the fact that it can get a little bit smoky. So if you've got smoke detectors, which you should do, try and be away from those, isolate yourself, close the doors, or do it in the garage or somewhere like that. Okay, we're about 13 minutes into the roast, and as you can see, everything's getting nice and dark inside. And it's just started flashing the countdown that it flashes to shut the machine down if there's nobody attending it. So we'll hit start, that resets the timer, stops it turning itself off. And if you can just hear very faintly there, you can hear first crack, which means it's time to press the C button. And now we have to listen very closely. Excuse the camera work at the moment. My son Lucas is holding the camera. Make sure you're pointing the camera at the machine, Lucas.
I'm trying.
So now we can quite hear the pops and crackles there, a first crack. And the beans are now quite dark brown. It almost sounds like popcorn popping. Sometimes it can be quite a furious sort of sound, otherwise it's just every now and then. Depends on the beans, depends on the moisture content. You would usually get this quiet period for about a minute or so in between first and second crack. which I think we're in right now. And this is second crack. The cracks are quite a lot more high pitched, more like a snap than a pop. So we just hit the cool button and the timer goes to 13 minutes. A bit of smoke's going to come out, and now we wait 13 minutes and we've got our coffee. So you've got P1 through to P5. They're different programs, they're different temperature profiles, where it ramps up and cools down and ramps up and cools down. You've also got A, B, C and D. They're different times. So different times that work for different programs. So generally you use time A with P1, time B with P2, time C with P3, and then time D with P4 and 5 with plus or minus 30 seconds. You do have time increment adjusters, so you can add a bit more time, take a bit of time off. If the ambient temperatures are cold, you might need to add some extra time because you might not be getting to crack and start running out of time. There is a time limit as to how long the machine will roast for before it cuts out altogether. So if your ambient temperatures are too cold, you can actually run out of time and not be able to add any more on and lose your roast that way. That has happened to me in the past when I was roasting on a very cold night. And here we go, we're just about at the end of the cool down cycle. It's going to stop in 3, 2, 1. Okay, now the moment of truth. How has the coffee come out? Oh, there's a bit of dust here. So as you can see, this has caught an awful lot of husks and so forth. Here's our drum, so we'll give it a bit of a shake. As you can see, there's some shells coming out, and now we just open the lid, pour it into our container.
That was a lot, wasn't it?
It was, Lucas. So that's 400 grams of roasted coffee, and oh, look at that. Oh, that smells really good. I can't wait to drink some of that. Now, coffee is at its best about 7 days after roasting, so I've only got what's left in the grinder, so I'll probably be getting into this in the next day or two, so we'll see how it goes. We might do a video about it then. Thanks for watching. You now know how to roast coffee beans from green to brown with a Behmor 1600 Plus. Give a like, a comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and tell your friends. Thanks for watching Nige Reviews. Catch you next time.